Good catch. I was going to say, it's the second episode, though.
It is, but it is week 1.
We just roll with that, then?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, episode 2, week 1. El Diablos are back, playing the Islanders. Enjoy the game. Just saw the lineups. I'm back with Mark Phillips.
Hello.
We're going to talk some WSEM now. And mostly, what happened to week 1, maybe? Talk about some of the highlights or lowlights. Stuff.
Interesting week.
All right, we're just going to start right there then. Most interesting thing that happened.
Sia's our 2-0.
That is pretty interesting.
I don't think anybody saw that coming.
No, nobody saw that coming. It was in the pickers. 2 of you guys had us getting swept. Paquin was the nice guy with us getting split. I don't know which game he had us winning. And then Castle had us getting destroyed in his Swami numbers. And then to top it off, around 8 a.m. on Saturday, we were 95% sure we were forfeiting. So
yeah,
that's pretty much a roller coaster. But yeah, 2-0. That is a surprise. Bailey pitched phenomenally.
Awesome.
Like, let's set a bar right here. What are the tiers of pitching? There's elite, and then ace.
Okay.
Solid. Like, he's a good pitcher. And then serviceable is a guy that can throw. You don't want him to, but he can.
Yeah.
And then just shit. I think Bailey was elite in that game.
Oh, hey, he took down Kujawa. You take
Exactly.
Kujawa's elite, so...
Yeah, and it was the third matchup in the last... Like, they faced 3 times in, like, the last 3 games they pitched against each other, and Bailey's 2-1. So, hopefully, for my team, it's a new leaf.
It's impressive.
But yeah... I don't know if it's the most surprising thing, but the aces in that series, they looked pretty rough. It was Kujawa pitched well, only gave up 1 run.
Right.
Gave up the run on a walk. He did give up 2 hits in that game. But the aces couldn't put together anything. And I mean, maybe Bailey is elite. Maybe Bailey's just good elite, and they made him look better. But most of his strikes were on the board, so. I mean, if that team can't...
We'll see this week. They got, what, the El Diablos?
Yep,
and
it ramps up this week with El Diablos.
Those guys could get in his head and like they did last year.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I mean, the Aces bats, one of their rookies was actually on roster, Dito. He could hit well. Kujawa could hit well. Villarreal had the patience of the best monk ever. He walked a whole lot. So, I mean, they could hit bad pitching. They couldn't do much against an ace or an elite ace. So, I mean, that team's going to need to find something with the bats and
a second pitcher.
Which C is same boat. I mean, hopefully we have a rookie that we're depending on because I'm not going to be able to do that job. But
you're 1-0.
I mean, actually, this might just be a good time to jump into our dissecting of the power rankings.
I'd like to do that.
I'd say let's just start there. Then it's kind of a good index for everything else that happened. So Castle had the Wicked Aces at 8. I think we both agree with that one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And it's mainly because they need to find something with their hitting. I mean, you got to get Kujawa 1 run. If you can do that, he's going to win more than half of his games, probably most of them, which, by the way, most is more than half.
Right.
But they also need that number 2 pitcher, big question mark there, and the hitting is just kind of 7, he has Flying Squirrels.
I mean, they went 0-2, but they did face Farkas. But Pearson should beat Paquin, so yeah, you gotta. I agree with that one.
I mean, that's one of those maybe ones. I know he puts him there because I think he a lot of times just goes with the standings table.
Yeah.
If you're down at the bottom, you're going to be down at the bottom in the power rankings. I think you could be a little more finesse with it. You know, ask the questions, like what does the team actually have? Maybe not what they did on the field, kind of stuff. But I mean, I would definitely have him 5, 6, or 7, so it's not going to be much of a difference. And hell, I mean, after 1 week, like anywhere from 7 to 3, really, there's not a whole lot of separation.
I would probably put the King Friday at 7. I mean,
I mean, they look pretty rough.
It upsets me. I mean, they had their ace going against our number 2. Okay, Diagnos couldn't throw a strike. But then you got their number 2 pitcher, Castle, who was an ace the year. What was it, the year before? Or no, he was 2 years ago for the Holy Balls. He was an ace. All of a sudden, he loses to Moose, who's pitched maybe 3 games his whole life in WSCM.
Oh, he pitched 2 the first year he came in. He pitched a couple more last year, so he's probably not ballpark, yeah.
So no, I would put them down at 7. I would put the Squirrels ahead of them easily.
Stroni had some good numbers in there.
Stroni looked
Werner looked really good, but again, it's and where's the rest of the team? So I think that's something you got to throw in there too, is depth, because I don't think Werner's going to be there this week.
No,
he'd mentioned something about that. So if he's not, that's a big step back.
Well, they had a 4th player there. He just didn't play him. I'm sorry, he didn't play.
He was holding the roster down. Number 6, he has Stinky Nuts, who you just talked about a little bit.
I disagree with that one big time. I mean, it is my team, but how can you rank your team ahead of us when your number 2 couldn't beat our number 3? So that's my only beef right there.
Yeah, that's fair. And the one reason I would say that you do belong there is your 0.88 team batting average and lack of any extra base hits.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I would say leaves you down there a bit.
That's a good argument. I'll give it that.
But yeah, again, really 4, 5, 6, there's no difference at this point and everything else. But 5, he has Islanders. We are watching right now, by the way.
Yeah. It's I don't know. Islanders 5. That might be a good spot for them, I guess.
Yeah, again, for one, they had 3 players again, and none of their rookies. So only Gendron, Schultz, and Lindbergh showed up.
It's a decent 3.
And they played well. This game right here, spoiler alert again, a good comeback.
Right. Nobody saw it coming.
No, and we might. But yeah, it's a team that with the 3 of them, it was 7-5, and they lost 7-5, won 6-5. So those are 2. They're very not WSEM like games.
No, big score.
WSEM is usually 1-0, 2-1, or 15-7.
Yeah,
somewhere along there. So it's falling in the middle gap there, and they're definitely middle of the pack. So 5 seems to fit at this point, especially if they can't get those rooks. 4, King Friday. You've already mentioned this one. You had them down at 7. I might switch them and the Islanders out. I don't know. Middle of the pack stuff again, so who really knows? Number 3 is El Diablos again. This is the last 1-1 team. So 6, 5, 4, and 3 have all been the 1-1 teams. El Diablos are the last one there, and
so
he's still putting in there based a lot on Hatton-Bortmas.
Right, but this is where I don't get it. He ranks them 3 with their number 3 pitcher, but he ranks us 6 with our number 3 pitcher. We both go 1-1.
He has a hard on for Bortmas. That's what it is. And Ray didn't pitch terrible, at least early in this game. He seemed to maybe get tired later on, and the ball started flying. But this whole series for El Diablos, Chandler gave up 5 runs. He's not going to do that.
No.
He's not going to do that a whole lot more this year. But
he might. He's either on or off.
But if you're looking at it as what happened that week, which seems to be the way most of these rankings are done, it seems a little high for him. I'm going to regret saying that. No, it's going to come back to haunt me.
No, you play them this week.
And we'll get to that. Number 2, Holy Balls. Again, 2-0 team. Farkas beat Skinner, which, actually, let's talk about that game, because that game was a complete replay of Week 1 last year, Seas and Squirrels, Farkas versus Skinner. That game, I think, was 4-1, and it was the Seas hit the crap out of Skinner, and then Nick Braden hit a solo shot. This year, Farkas versus Skinner, Holy Balls switched in for the Seas. Holy Balls hit Skinner really well. Paquin obviously had the grand slam. The rookies had a couple nice hits, and then
Robert.
Robert, beautiful shot into the tree.
Yeah.
Straightaway center on this one. That guy, early prediction, rookie of the year. What are the odds you give?
He's the front runner. I mean,
By stats, he is the front runner at this point for sure. I would love to give it to him. That'd be awesome. But and then so they again Farkas's team hits around Skinner, and then Nick Braden hits a solo shot late in the game. Exact
Deja vu.
same game. So if we want to extrapolate out to the next time they play, one of Holy Ball's defenders, probably Zadams, is going to go diving over a fence and bust his face open on a sidewalk. So that's coming down the road. But yeah, Holy Ball's 2. What do you think?
I would have put the Holy Balls at 1. I mean, I hate to do it, but I would.
I would definitely put them ahead of the team that is at number 1. The team you put at number 1 is the Seas.
The team you predicted to go 0-28.
I did have an 0-28 prediction at one point, yes. So we failed that miserably.
Yeah.
But he mentioned part of the reason he did this was the surprise factor. I mean, he thought we were going to get destroyed. And then on Saturday morning when we were like, I don't think we're even playing.
Yeah.
So the turnaround is a lot. He said he told me this behind the scenes. That was a lot of the reason why he put us up at 1. I don't think that's a real power thing. I mean, I think that, Bailey pitched great. We still have no idea who the number 2 pitcher is. Again, counting on a rookie. Hopefully that works out. If not, it's going to be a long season in that second game. And
Bring it, your old reliable, Brandon Corbett.
Hey, I'm 1-0. That means I should be an all-star, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great record, and that's what matters.
You're one of the top pitchers in the league right now.
But yeah, so I personally would probably put us down around 4, even with the 2-0 record, just because of that. Maybe 3 or 4, but whatever.
I'm sure it'll change big this week, but
yeah, I mean, this week everything starts shaking up. I mean, the first couple weeks of the season, basically all you have to, you're not going to. It's the old baseball cliche. You're not going to win a championship. You're not going to get into the playoffs in the first few weeks,
right?
Especially since for the first 2 weeks it's all one series each. Week 3, 2 teams play a couple series. And then after that's when it starts ramping up. June is 6 series every week. So June's going to be the one where everything really starts shaking up. But in these first 3 weeks, it's basically you just can't go on a huge losing streak early.
Right.
If you go 1-3 over the first 2 weeks, you're still right in the thick of it. You're maybe half a game out at that point.
Next week you go 2-0, boom, you're in.
Exactly. So
I'll make a bold prediction right now. No team will be undefeated after this week. How's that for a prediction?
Who did the Balls play?
I don't know. Who do they play?
I honestly have no idea.
Play the Islanders?
It might be the Islanders. It's not you or...
it's
not you or the Aces.
King
it's
Friday.
not us.
They
could
play
be King
Friday?
Not 100% sure, but... I mean, I would always say... I would never take that bet. I would always say someone's going to take a loss somewhere.
There's still
Dakota.
no score in this game, right?
Do you like Dakota's matching sweatpants to sweatshirt combo? It looks...
It makes him look like he put on about 50 pounds. Look at him. His legs look like Barry Sanders' legs.
He does look like the old guy in the neighborhood that just walks around, goes to the store.
Picking up bottle caps. And he's actually going to be gone for a while. He's having jaw surgery.
Does he have like one more week, or is he gone at this point?
He's getting it done this week, and I guess he's supposed to be like liquids for a month. Or now CJ was telling me about it today, but yeah, he's gone for like a month.
That's a pretty big loss, because when it's the days that the Chicago sluts don't come, Dakota's their number 3 behind Ray on those days.
Right.
So that could be a big loss. And
so they're probably playing 3-man ball for a while, like half the other teams.
I bet he's regretting not voting on the drop to 2 fielders rule now.
I mean, yeah, to drop it to.
Honestly, I thought he would be the one guy that would jump all over that just for the NWLA. Like,
You got to get more people out there, though. I like the 4-3 fielders with the pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, usually it helps your defense. We had some shaky defensive problems. I'm going to blame most of it on the wind, the pop-ups. Pop-ups and wind don't go well for me. There was one, it was a pop-up on the infield, and it looked like it was like 2 steps to my left, so I just step off, and I yell, "Mine!" And then the ball ended up like 6 feet behind me, and so that failed miserably.
Staring at you.
And then my 2 perennial diamond digits. What the hell is a diamond digit?
That's a couple of years ago.
It's a dead award,
yeah.
But Bailey. Actually, I don't know if Bailey had any big botches. He didn't dive over any fences though, so he didn't do that. But Greg had a drop at one point.
Greg did?
Yeah, Greg.
Wow.
We're blaming it on the wind. Our defense. We don't practice defense in the Seas. We don't practice anything.
Do you
so
practice? Yeah.
No.
There's only one team that practices.
It rhymes with schmoly schmalls.
Yeah.
The Aces made up for it with some terrible base running decisions. I'll say it, the worst mistake of the entire week was Aces had the bases loaded against me in game 1. It was still pretty far apart. I think it was like 7-2 or 7-3. And there were bases loaded, no outs. Kajawa hits a pop-up to first base, like right to first base. And as he's running down the baseline, yells at the guy on first base, "You gotta go."
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He yells, "You gotta go," which is completely untrue. It's the most untrue thing possible. So the ball gets caught. Kajawa's out. The guy is now stranded in the middle of nowhere, gets tagged out, and
I remember that. And then Kajawa's looking like a deer in headlights, like he had no clue what was going on.
so that was a good saving moment for us. Anything in your series come close to Kajawa?
Just me trying to score. I got
geez.
pegged twice, and
Yeah, general rule for Stinky Nuts, third base coach. Hold this man up at third.
yeah, I don't have speed. I'm a typical white guy, old white guy that can't run anymore. But I figured, yeah, he hit me once. All right, what's the odds of him hitting me twice? And I think they were pretty good. Hey, Carl Coffey's supposed to join us on this later, so stick around to talk to Carl Coffey.
He's not recording another show for his network?
He said he'd praise us with his... Any score yet?
Grace us with his presence, basically?
Yeah.
No score yet. Actually, no, the Diablos do have 1 run in.
And here comes Dakota with his dad pants.
The Cubs has the worst part of this, though. Come on, Dakota. Get a better team. Let's jump. Leaderboard. Week 1, we did get all the stats in. Diablos and Aces. Got them in yesterday, so everyone's caught up.
I was worried I'd be the last one.
You got them in Monday, didn't you?
I got them in Sunday.
But
I asked Kyle, I'm like, when am I supposed to get these in? He goes, he wants them in by the next day, and then I panicked. That's when I called you.
Yeah, Sunday is ideal, so thank you to all the teams that got them in by then. But yeah, Sunday preferably. Monday, I get it. Sometimes you have something to do on Sunday. Maybe going to a wedding. Maybe you have 20 hours of church. Sorry if you do.
Yeah.
But Monday at the very latest, try and get them in by Sunday. So
Take it to church with you.
yeah, make church worthwhile.
You're not
Sorry,
paying
Nate.
attention.
Sorry, Gendron. I didn't mean it.
They're big church guys.
Gendron, he's a Catholic.
I'm Catholic too, but
He's a real Catholic.
okay.
All right, now it's 2-0 Diablos. You heard the crack of the bat. And but on this leaderboard, any of these really surprise you?
The guy that just walked in, RBI leader. 7 RBIs in 2 games for Chris Paquin.
And we have him here. So Chris, jump on.
That's a
Jump on the
Jump
mic.
on Mark. On Mark's face.
Yeah. How did
That's
you get those
impressive.
7 RBIs? Was it?
Apparently, it's sheer luck. That's all I've heard. So,
Do you think you are the leading candidate for? There is no RBI champ award, so let's just go MVP. Are you?
no way.
Golden Bat Award.
Not even the earliest possible scenario.
No way. It's just a good week. That's all it is. There's a lot of people that will string together much better weeks than the one I had.
Third on slugging. He's fifth on average.
I'm here too.
And he's also in the
tied
in the
for fifth
home runs.
He's like, what's his name? What was that one? Chris Shelton. Remember Chris Shelton was leading all those categories?
Yeah, 9 home runs in the first 13 games. Where's he now?
I don't know.
It may come down to being almost exactly like that.
Playing wiffle ball in Pittsburgh. Didn't the Pirates pick him up after Detroit cut him?
I can't remember.
I thought he
That
was
was
on
so
the
long ago.
Pirates.
That was early 2000s, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was like 2004 or something.
But I mean, the first week of the season, he was just tearing it up. That's when Pudge was on the team. I know that.
Yeah, I mean,
that was
other
when JV was a rookie, actually.
Yeah. Him and Zemaya.
Zumaya, there was a should have been great, but
Yeah, they
like to
shoulda-
get injured in weird ways.
They should have traded him
Guitar
when they
Hero,
could.
moving,
Oh, who is the wiffle ball Zumaya? There's the question right there.
RJ
Yeah.
with the concussion
He'll be
from
back
a
this
robot.
week.
Missing for weird reasons. Reasons does make sense there, yeah. I mean, Nate Gendron's 18 strikeouts. I mean, it's not that surprising. It's every out in the game, but he lost, so.
How do
No,
you get 18 strikeouts and lose?
They hit the ball when you didn't strike them out.
Well, yeah, but
well, Craig did too, right?
Craig had 17
He had
Ks.
17 and he lost.
Mike Bailey 17 1, Chandler Phillips 16 1, and 3 tied. Who knows? Farkas had 15. He won. I don't know who the other two guys are.
so 2 guys on the leaderboard lost.
Ty Kajawa would be on 15.
Kujar would make sense there. He lost.
That's amazing, though. 18 strikeouts and you lose.
I don't know. I'm kind of shocked. Stroney is second on the whip leaderboard. He usually walks quite a few, but hey, 1.0 whip for him, so he's in good shape.
We had 1 hit against them.
And 5 walks, evidently. Which,
Apparently, yeah.
I mean, hitting side other than that, nothing all that shocking. Greg Brandon, good hitter. Brune at 500. That's
He only played 1 game, though.
he did only play 1 game. Who did he face? He faced Castle, and
Castle
Werner.
and Werner, yeah.
Which one did he hit?
Well, Castle was walking everybody, so he probably
He
hit
hit
Werner.
Yeah.
And I mean, I already mentioned his name more than once, but we just mentioned Werner. Werner with a 0 ERA. That's good news for Friday if they can keep
Yeah,
that
he-
up. But
That game could have got ugly quick, but Werner came in and shut us down.
the other one there would just be Bailey, 0 ERA.
I'm still shocked.
I'm just giving
by
a
it.
thumbs up.
I'm shocked.
We already talked about him
If
too
he
much.
does it again next week, just give him the MVP now, because that would be amazing.
That's called the clown shoe.
Oh,
MVP.
whatever
He's
it
not
is.
in the running for MVP yet. He doesn't have a home run. His hitting is a little lackluster, but he's a pitcher, so we don't care.
I'd give him every award. I'm sorry.
Early season stats. Most improved, me.
No, I'd give it to Bailey.
Just for batting though. Like I said, it's only week 1.
And
You love that stuff, don't you?
Stroney is now here as well.
Hi, hello.
They may not have heard you on that one, but so obviously we're doing the pickers later, but they'll drop in from now and then, maybe just hang around and talk when we tell them to.
And don't forget, we got Carl Coffey coming up in a few minutes.
Joining us from wherever the hell he lives now, Iceland, Nebraska. What's the difference?
Hawaii.
Now, Kyle, the only one actually wearing his proper uniform. We haven't been doing a Kyle Dick check. I almost did a counter on the
That's
video,
right.
but I'm like, that's
Let's
too much
see.
work.
Does he do it?
Yep.
Oh, that
was a
wasn't
half.
really
It was a
yeah.
halfer. Yeah.
And he just blasted one.
What did you try and put it fair? Did that actually just happen?
It's like he pulled it into him.
You can't wear gloves.
It was below 45 degrees. You can wear gloves when it's that temperature. Wait, so they said that didn't count? Why? I'm confused.
I don't know.
All right, so I think that probably was actually a fair ball and safe, but weird play by Nate. Now Schultz, I mean, he didn't pitch great. He gave up 5 runs, but he won. You'll see it in a minute. He hit well.
Did he win or did?
No, the
Ray,
other team lost.
Yeah.
Ray Brown lost. The Ray Brown project going on over there on the blows. I don't know.
I mean, Ray. I mean, he pitched. He did the typical me thing. Like he pitched 4 really good innings or 3 really good innings, and then they started getting to him.
An anonymous source tells me that he's blows up in the 6th inning. Just so you know.
And that's another repeat. You weren't here at the time, but we mentioned that not this game, but the play-by-play game this week, the Farkas versus Skinner, exact replay of the Week 1 Farkas versus Skinner matchup last week. It was exactly the same. Even down to the point of Nick Brading hit a last-inning home run. Exactly the same. So every year we're just going to pencil that one in and get it done. But yeah, Ray Brown also... late game blow up. This one not nearly as bad as last year's.
Didn't Farkas have a perfect game going too?
Before
he
the
hit that home run?
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Was that the last inning?
It was. It was no outs. Top
It
of
was.
the 6th.
It was the second pitch of the 6th inning. Nick took out.
It was the 3rd pitch, actually.
I'm going with second.
It wasn't.
Second
Because
and a half.
He fouled 2 off, and I told him to throw that changeup, and it was my fault. He lost his perfect game. I'm
Hey,
blaming it on me.
Quick question, Paquin. Will anybody be undefeated after this week?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Surprisingly, the Islanders are going to get a forfeit victory from the previous week and then go 2-0. No, I don't even know. Who do you even play? Do you know?
Islanders.
There you go.
Oh, who do you guys play?
The other
Oh,
team.
Squirrels.
Ah, I see. I thought you guys played each
Right, so
other.
King Friday Squirrels, Islanders, and Balls, Cias, and El Diablos, and Stinky Nuts and Aces. Stinky Nuts and Aces will be on camera, provided everyone has jerseys. Sessions! Also Dangle Sauce.
We could be
get 'em.
It's the only reason why I say somebody's going to be
Southgate again.
undefeated after this week is because I think Fark will win his matchup, and I think Schultz is a little more hittable than I am.
Will anybody not have a win after this week?
Not have a win?
Yep, you got the Aces
Who-
and the
Who do they play?
us. And Fisher's
If,
coming.
if
Yeah,
Fisher
they will be
comes,
I think
if
they'll be
Fisher
0-4.
comes, they will be 0-4
Yes.
if he doesn't, because apparently Kajawa's not there. I don't know if we talked about that on camera or on
If he
camera.
doesn't, it's
I
going
think
to
like
be
it
me
before.
and,
I think he's
me and a
bowling.
rookie pitching against each other.
Oh,
That could
yeah,
be
I saw
a-
that matchup.
That could be like a 21-22 game.
But yeah, we've
I'd
got.
say sweep. Stinky Nut sweep.
Who else? Squirrels? Squirrels play you guys?
Yeah.
Did the Squirrels get a
You're-
win?
you're
They'll
still on
probably
number
change the
1,
game.
right?
Yeah. It'd be me versus Skinner, and I'm going to win that game.
You heard it from the horse's mouth.
You can't hear him because he's behind the microphone, and this thing only goes one direction. But Travis Stroning just said he's beaten Skinner in Game 1, so calling a shot. Oh wait, is that a thing?
I don't think Skinner will be there. It
That's
is,
another
but
thing.
nobody sent anything in. I didn't have time to make up my own.
Do we have a list for this week, by the way? How we're weighing it?
But let's. We've basically gone through most of the matchups now. Let's go team by team. Just name the player that impressed you, or what's the word opposite of impressed? Sucked.
Depressed you?
Depressed. Yeah, the player that depressed me. I mean, El Diablo's the depression. The depression is obvious. That's Dakota, just because he's Dakota.
That stupid beard. Look at him. Looks like he has about 5 pairs of sweatpants on, don't he?
Where else is he going to keep all his weed?
What's the score now?
It is now 5-0 Blows.
They blew a 5-0 lead?
Spoiler alert! Yeah, but stay around and see how that happened. Let me tell you, it's pretty epic the way it happens. It's not something you've ever seen in a wiffle ball before.
A Linderbrink home run to tie it up was awesome.
The what? Who hit home run?
Linderbrink.
To tie it?
There was
that
like
was last
three,
inning,
there,
too,
yeah, there was
wasn't
like 3 out of the last 4
It was
batters hit
deep to
dingers.
opposite field. But
He hit it between the trees, I thought.
I thought it went oppo. But yeah, either way, it was a deep,
It was
deep
a
shot.
I can't wait to see it on video.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean, yeah, for El Diablos, I have down the best hitter was Kyle.
Yeah.
Good inning.
5-0.
I mean, Kyle.
Bottom of 3.
I think he was the only one with a respectable average at 243, 636 slugging. He had pretty much most of the team, or not most, but 4 RBIs out of their total 11. And, I mean, honestly, this series, I mean, you give up 5 runs, and the losing team in both these games had 5 runs. So hitting was everything. So, Kyle, he gets my best player for El Diablos. You going to say your son just because he's your son?
No, I'm not. I'm going to say best player for Diablos is Bortness. Even though he wasn't there. And he should be a stinky nut, but that all fell apart when Nico made
The Unicorns.
the unicorn team.
Unicorns. I want to go watch one of the games.
I like Sam Hatt too, so they're my tie for. No, I'll give it to Kyle too. Kyle for best hitter. We saying or best what?
I was going best player on that. I jumped straight to it.
All right,
I
best
mean, he
player.
was the best hitter. I mean, pitcher was obviously Chandler. Obviously, I mean, he had a 5 ERA, but still.
Yeah.
Obviously Chandler because it wasn't Ray.
He didn't blow a 5-0 lead.
Yeah. But yeah. Squirrels, hitter, it's obviously Pearson. We've mentioned that 1286 slugging, which
That was against me.
I was against Paquin, but obviously their best hitter. Two jacks
No, I don't give him the best hitter. I give the best hitter to Nick Braden.
for the home run off Farkas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, you can take that either way.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
I hit a home run off Paquin.
Did his home run help him win a game? Is the question.
No, but you hit a home run off Farkas. That's pretty impressive. Not many
I'd
people
agree
have.
with that. But what are you gonna? You can't use that logic because both they lost both their games. So
That's true.
Pitcher obviously was Skinner, so who really
Yes.
cares? Although worth noting, Nagorski had a clean inning, no hits, no walks, struck out 1. Almost want to give it to him, which you're on an 0-2 team, so who cares?
Look at this.
Let's give it to
asshole.
Josh just for fun. Alex is an athlete. Let's be honest.
He stole my.
He stole your-
I had that sponsor, and he took it from me.
okay, who's the player that depressed you?
For the
On
Squirrels,
Squirrels.
a little bit of everyone.
The new guy.
Katsopoulos did not have a great day.
He didn't have his hair combed that day
That's true.
from the tournament. His hair looked awesome at the tournament.
I mean, so he's out of it, but best player, I'm giving it Nagorski. The clean inning pitched, plus he was the only other Squirrel with multiple hits. So he got multiple hits. He actually didn't give up a run.
That's your best player or best pitcher?
That's my best player for the day. I mean, it's 0-2. What are you going to do?
Best Squirrel is Michael Sessions.
Michael Sessions.
That's
He's
how
not
bad-
even a
that-
squirrel.
That's how bad the Squirrels were that day. I gotta go back 2 years.
All right, now into your wheelhouse, Mark. Your favorite people on the planet. Holy balls.
Best player,
Start out with your...
or what do we give?
I mean, we got stats for hitter and pitcher down here. Hitter is Paquin, 333, 667 on base, 1,000 slugging, 7 RBIs.
I can't argue that. I'll give it to Paquin.
It was monstrous. Pitcher, let's go to the bullpen because Farkas is too obvious. He gave up a run. Come on.
Yeah, it's shit.
What about best player of the day? The rookie.
Rookie.
John
He was impressive.
Robert is very. I mean, his first was it actually his first swing of the day was into that tree. It was a hell of a hit.
He reminds me of an older Nico. He just swings.
He does swing.
Doesn't give a shit where it
John C.
goes
Reilly.
or where the pitch is at. I love. What's his name?
John Robert.
I like John Robert.
He outperformed the other John, Skinner, so gotta give him props for that. Skinner was the guy that was hyped
I
coming
can't
in.
believe a Skinner and a Paquin are on the same team. That's what shocks the hell out of me.
Note to the media department: that is Craig Skinner's cousin, not
Cousin?
brother.
Yeah.
We're going with brother.
Brother, lover, whatever.
Same thing. But no. Best player. I mean, you give it to Farkas. His hitting wasn't that far behind. He had the matching average to Paquin.
I give it to Paquin.
Still had a home run. But, I mean, for $179, you have to say he's the best player every week. That's really what it comes down to. For $179, he is the best player every week, no matter what.
He wasn't the best player that week. Paquin went 1-0, hit a grand slam, 7 RBIs.
All right, that's a good argument.
How does Farkas match that?
It's good. He had a better ERA and whip and all that other jazz.
Nah, big deal. They both got wins.
All right. Islanders on camera.
Their best player?
Their best player, it was Schultz. Let's not even dance around it. He was the best hitter, 375 average, 5 RBI, 2 home runs. He was their best pitcher. Outdealed Gendron.
I won't argue that. Oh, look at that play he just made.
And that.
Was that a double play?
Yes, it was.
To be young again.
Making plays off the mound. Impossible.
He's growing facial hair now, too. You see that? He had a goatee.
So, yeah, I mean, for Islanders, it's clearly Schultz. Chandler, who's now in studio, but not hanging out.
Huh?
How do you feel about Schultz?
Well, ball.
Doesn't matter. We're not going to be able to hear you on that anyway, but you did give him some props in this video. You said nice pitch one time, and it was
Whatever, man.
kind of condescending.
You said something nice.
But King Friday, let's let Mark lead this one since you had the most contact with him.
The best player, is that the first one? Best hitter. Best hitter for King Friday.
I don't have anybody. Guys.
I don't think they had a best hitter. I mean, I'm not saying we did either.
I was gonna say,
but neither
Hot
team
kettle?
hit the ball. It was all walks. I'll give.
So it was a typical Islanders opening day then.
It was. Who would I give the best hitter to you guys? I know you all three hit a home run, but
Warner.
I'll give it to Stroni. He hit one off of Moose.
By the numbers, it was Castle, but
Nah.
By what, points? Tenths of a point?
I don't remember what yours is, but he had a 636 slugging, 4 RBI. He takes the cake there on my
I
end.
think he has a bigger home run.
It's a bigger home run. There you go. Don't hit solo home runs. Solo home runs suck.
I think mine was just so
Quickest way to lose a game: hit solo home runs. Pitcher. Here's the shocking one.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh, wait.
Werner.
Yeah.
5 innings, scoreless.
Nah, we hit Werner. We couldn't hit Stroni.
You didn't hit him well. He had a 1 whip.
I think we had. Did we? I mean, we had 1 hit against each pitcher.
Yeah, you literally gave up 1 hit, so I wouldn't say you hit it. You did.
Stroni gave up a hit.
And Werner hit it.
Warner gave up a hit, and Castle out. All 3 of them gave up 1 hit.
Castle gave up a few, I thought.
No,
It
he
was
just
all walks.
Walked a shitload.
Yeah, that's right.
But this will make Travis feel better. My best player is Stroni because he was close to Castle on that one, and he wasn't that far behind Werner on the pitching. So you get the best player, even though you're not great at anything. You're just good at everything.
He's average. Werner was a below average hitter, above average pitcher.
We lose this game.
Castle was a below average pitcher, above average hitter. So the average guy wins it.
Exactly. Average guy wins it.
The next week?
Way to go. I miss Stoney. Do you miss Stoney?
Did they fix your jersey? No.
What do you do with the old one?
I give it to Castle.
You gave it to Castle. That's awkward.
Gave it to
I
his
still need to get
girlfriend.
All right. Moving on. Sia's best hitter. Easy. Greg Brandon. Give him the MVP now. Not really.
No boy, miss. There's some competition.
1,100 slugging, 4 RBI, 500 average. Top most of those categories, except for the slugging.
I've played in this league for 4 years now? And I think he's had the same shoes all 4 years.
Sounds
Those
right.
ugly ass brown shoes.
You ever see him hit a home run?
I'm about to.
Yeah.
How to.
Horseshit.
When will Michael Sessions hit his second home run? There's the
I was
question.
actually talking
I'm
about
thinking this week.
walking
it
in
could
2
be
more
this week.
runs to get back to Winterburg from the bottom of the 6th. And he's a
But
home
yeah,
run.
Or he doesn't do it. If it's not this week, he never does it.
Sessions.
Yeah.
Is this his home run right here?
No, his home run is much later in the game. But best pitcher Bailey. This is just fucking chalk.
Yeah,
It's too easy. Best player, I'm going Bailey on it. Kid pitched like a stud again.
Sober baby.
But it is.
Sober
Bailey.
Coke Bailey pitched great. Sober Bailey pitched great. I think we're covered.
Did Bailey hit?
If you can get through this week, semi-okay, we're in good shape.
I give the best player to you.
Well, it gets Ray on the mound.
You hit and pitched.
Not good.
Bailey didn't hit.
Hey, I'm 1-0. That makes me an MVP. Or
You pitching first next week? Or this
hope,
week?
we're hoping the rookie shows up. If I have to pitch,
Oh, there's one.
I'm bringing out a new arsenal. It's gonna be potato gun delivery all the time. Stinky Nuts. It's Bruin across the board. Everyone else sucked.
Yeah.
Got a different take
I'll
on
agree.
that. Best hitter.
Lex had like a
Best,
We had 3 hits.
with a 30 ERA, the best hitter for the Stinky Nuts was David Castle as a pitcher. I'm going to throw that out there.
David Castle was your best offense. I can see it.
down telegram.
Thank God for Cass, or we'd be 0-2.
Who is going to hit for you guys eventually?
We're all gonna.
Is
hit
that in the
sooner or
plans?
later.
You gonna hire Lloyd McClendon or
No, it's week
Chris
1.
Shelton to
It
be
was
your hitting
cold
coach?
out. Wait till it warms up. We hit better when it's warm.
Chris Shelton? We know you're not doing anything. Come teach these guys how to hit for a week at a time.
Who is that right there? That's me.
That is you over on the left hand side. You're playing third base coach now for the Islanders.
I forgot I went home and got a jacket.
Tell me this guy.
Mark's spotting himself.
Is it
All
right
right.
here?
And aces, this is again 0-2 teams are hard to pick bests out of, but I mean pitcher was obviously Kajawa
Yeah.
because it wasn't Bill.
One run.
Hitter
He looked like a female long distance runner.
hitter is a rough one just because no one did great. I mean they hit me, nobody hit Bailey.
A couple of rookies had home runs, or one of them.
Dito had a home run and Morris, who's not signed, so we're not really talking about him. But Dito had a home run, Kajawa had a home run, and that other guy had a home run. But I go Vil because he got on base more than anybody else. He had 6 walks and 2 hits. Kajawa only had 3 hits. So you got on base 8 times. You gave your team its shot. I mean,
Yeah.
but
No, I go with Kujawa.
I mean, player I still go with Kajawa for sure. I mean, that team's going as far as Kajawa can take them, and hopefully his lineup can get him a run.
Well, if he stays at number 2, he shouldn't lose a game the rest of the season. For
you
crying
know
out
that's never
loud.
going to stay together, though.
Well, yeah, that's true, because if he misses 1 week, he can move up to the 1 spot.
Well, they really have no hitting. There's going to be a time where they're going to run out of time, and he's going to be back to a number 1 after missing 2 games. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that they need to do,
Look at that young man.
he's... Oh, Jesus.
Did he catch that?
Yeah, he caught that. He's a fucking speed
No, it bounced
fiend.
out of his hands.
Oh, did
He
he drop it?
He got there, though.
Still, too much energy on that kid. But what the Aces need is they need to just throw one of the rookies out on the rubber and just be like, you're
Might as
pitching.
well, yeah.
I mean, if they're going to have any success, they're going to need it because Happy's only going to be part-time, and you need someone that can pitch. So it's got to be one of the rookies stepping up and coming through.
Dakota looked like shit.
And mostly it was his outfit, but yeah.
Look at his socks showing.
He's getting a little gangster with that. He's even got teal socks. That's fairly impressive.
Those aren't teal.
What is it?
They must have hit the bleach because they look a little lighter than its shirt.
Probably didn't get him paid for together.
I can't
What does
believe-
Ray's acronym on his shirt stand for? Does anybody know?
Young money, cash money, business.
Young money, cash money, business. Yeah, that's Ray. That's what I think.
YMCMB.
That's what I think of when I think of Ray. Is young money, cash money, business. That's exactly what I think of when I think of Ray. That's a good bat flip. It was all on screen, a lot of rotation.
Flipped a few times.
All right, let's get it back out. Ready? 1,
See a
2,
crotch look?
3.
No.
Wow. Maybe he did pay attention.
He'll do it here.
No.
He wants to.
He looked at it.
He's kind of like doing side
There we
glances.
go. He did it that time.
All right, we got him back finally.
What are you swinging at?
It's that riser.
It's not good.
Strikes you out in a minute, I think.
Don't care. Heck,
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
I hit ground ball at Gendron and I don't leave the box.
You have to. I mean, with that riser, he has to keep it down. When he gets down the top of the board, I mean, Kyle chased it there, but when it's up, it's trouble.
Does he still got his other league going?
MLW Schultz Field, yes.
Does he?
Their opening day is in, I forget what he said, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. But yeah, so
Is he the oldest player in that league?
Yes.
The only one that can drive?
He did. He drove himself to the game this week. Did everyone notice? That was impressive.
His mom did not come and watch, though.
Can he buy cigarettes yet or no?
I don't know about that.
Not yet.
17. God, that's weird that kid's still in high school.
He's gonna be next year. He's gonna be buying cigarettes for his whole league.
Why is that the first thing he does?
He's got most whipping for prom.
You never
I
noticed.
think it's gay porn first.
Gay porn.
It is Brighton, so that's a thing. Look at these crazy sons of bitches. And by the way, Bailey and Austin never leave the field during this inning, I don't think. They're talking during the home run. Spoiler alert. Just camping out in left center, right by
Is this
Jana.
bottom of 5 or bottom of 6?
Bottom 5.
Okay, so the same.
Supposed to be nice weekend.
What kind of shoes is he wearing?
Kyle? You got them from Linnebrink. They're similar. They're
Are those-
Nikes. They're Nikes.
are
They match
those-
his socks.
Are they spikes or are they?
No, they're not spikes.
Did you just hit another one out?
Cannon blast. It's back-to-back home runs in his at-bats, by the way. I think. He might have gotten out in between.
Yeah.
Gendron.
That's otherwise you just be Kyle, right?
Trees are awesome. I love the chaos.
I'm fine with it.
We can do that holy ground.
It's fine.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, so this is where it starts falling apart for Ray. Home run, double, Linnebrink.
Is this the home run right here?
We'll see.
He doesn't have a hit on the day. Oh, now you got a toy. You got him 0-1. Toy with him.
Where would you put it?
I'm gonna walk out.
This is what you've never seen in a little ball. That was the camera battery died, so we found some other footage of Pirates raping a team,
Oh, and it's over.
and the Islanders get their 3 runs, and
That never happened.
That's ball game.
I saw the Pirates taking shit down. And they do, they win 6-5
Wow.
in exciting fashion.
Amazing.
Great high seas battle. How would a chicken fare on the sea? Anyone? You're not even really chickens anymore, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Don't care.
But yeah,
Look at that sad team.
I don't think they don't look that sad. I think they went and partied quite a bit later on.
Oh, I got hammered.
From
Oh.
Chandler, oh, I got hammered.
Kyle.
I heard stories about Dakota too. The
Apologies
next day
to Carl
Twitter.
Coffey. We ran out of time. We couldn't get him on today.
Well, yeah, I mean the game's over. We're pretty much done talking about week 1, but fucking YouTube has comments. Use them. Let us know things you want us to talk about on this here show. Otherwise, we're just going to talk about Mark's.
What I just listened to was bad. I'm just
It was awesome.
Look at these nice people. Cleaning up the field is beautiful.
Who's carrying that grass?
I think Farkas.
What a strong
It does look like a Farkas. But yeah, this is what happens right after we're done. We clean up. Oh, we're not taking this away. Your final takeaway from week 1, Mark. Go.
I was
Sticky nuts are overrated.
shocked. I mean, Castle's rankings suck. And
You heard about that.
see you guys
See,
Royal Oak.
people have said mean things about Ray. Look at this guy. He
He
carried out bases. He
It's
didn't
because he
do
was
this.
pissed off.
All right, I hope he's pissed off more because this is effective and helpful. But will Castle ever get a Swami prediction right? I mean, it's almost physically impossible to do it. Will he get one
He
right?
got them all wrong.
Well, no, I'm talking about the actual numbers because
Oh.
he predicts numbers on them. Is he actually going to get one right?
No,
No.
no way.
That's so
Well,
hard.
no.
I would just go 1-0 in every game.
One-
I think
yeah.
1-0 you're going to get
one,
right.
you will
Me
get
and
right.
Farkas,
Yeah, like
1-0
yeah.
or like.
It'd be
Yeah.
like Farkas and you.
If you want to get it right, you play 1-0, 2-1. You'll eventually hit one.
You got to change that picture of him too, man. That
Or
thing-
like a 15
That's a
zip like me
scary
against
looking
you this
picture.
week.
Looks like a penis.
But yeah, that's it for us. See you next week. Leave your comments.